Mike, it's an emergency! I haven't heard from Sarah in 6 hours. Is she okay? What's going on? Please respond immediately! This isn't like her at all! Mike! I'm getting really worried. Should I call the police?
I just tried calling the house phone 3 times. No answer.
Why isn't she picking up the phone? What if something happened while she was cooking?
Linda, please calm down. Sarah's fine.
How can you be so sure? Have you heard from her? Why hasn't she responded to my messages? I texted her first thing this morning, and it's already noon with no reply. I even left her 3 voicemails. She always listens to her voicemails right away.
She might not have checked her phone yet.
That's impossible. She always replies to my messages right away. She never ignores me like this. Something must be wrong. I sent her 3 links to articles about home organization this morning. She usually responds with hearts. One of the articles was about preventing household accidents. Maybe she should have read that one first.
She's busy with housework and has PTA duties for Tyler's school.
She could be trapped under something heavy. Or passed out in the bathroom. Or she could have fell. Why aren't you more concerned? How can a stay-at-home mom be too busy to send one text? Housework and PTA stuff barely take any time. When I was raising Sarah, I managed everything perfectly and still had time to respond to everyone. I can't believe she hasn't responded to me this long. I even sent her a recipe for tonight's dinner. She always tells me what she's cooking or shares recipes. This silence isn't normal.
Sometimes people get caught up in things. Maybe she's taking a nap.
A nap? At this hour? Again, that's not like her at all. Is she sick? Maybe she caught something.
Actually, she might not be home right now.
Is that why you're being so vague? You're hiding something, aren't you? Did you two have a fight? Is that why she's not responding?
Why do you say that?
Because it's not like her to be not responding to me, and you are not even concerned. Where is she? You hesitated before answering. That means you know something. Is she avoiding me on purpose? Did you say something to her about me? You've never liked how close we are.
She has several errands to run today, and she's supposed to go shopping this afternoon.
Shopping? In this weather? It might rain later. But we don't know if she's safe. What if she collapsed at home? I saw on the news yesterday about a woman who fainted while doing laundry. Why aren't you more concerned? Seriously, I'm worried sick right now. A loving husband would check on his wife. You need to be worried. You should go home right now, see if she is home, and make sure she is not passed out or something.
She just texted me back, so that's not possible.
Oh, so she ignores her mother but responds to you? She's been so cold to me lately. What did she say? Is she okay? Why is she responding to you and not me? Did she mention me? Is she mad at me? What did I do wrong? I don't know what I did to make her upset with me.
Linda, you're jumping to conclusions. Sometimes people miss messages or forget to reply later.
But I have been calling and texting. I'm just someone who can be dealt with later. A mother's messages should be priority. I carried her for 9 months, and this is how she treats me? I was in labor for 18 hours with her. Does she even remember everything I've done for her? All the nights I stayed up when she was sick?
She might have been busy right then. Please don't overthink it and wait a bit longer. If anything was wrong, I'd know about it.
It'll be too late if something's already happened. I'm getting really worried. I'm going to stop by the house. I still have my emergency key. I should use it. She might need help, and maybe she is too proud to ask. I don't know. Like that time in high school when she had the flu. She wouldn't tell anyone, but I knew. A mother always knows. Something isn't right here.
I'll tell her to message you. Please, just wait for her response.
Fine, but I'm only waiting 30 minutes. If I don't hear anything by then, I'm going over to the house and using the key. And I mean exactly 30 minutes. I'm setting my timer now. You better not be lying to me about her being okay. This reminds me of when she was 5 and got lost at the mall. I found her in the toy store. She needed her mother then, too.
Understood. If I don't hear from her either, I'll contact you again.
Okay, just hurry up and contact her. If anything's happened to my daughter, I'll never forgive you. 25 minutes left, still no message. I'm pacing the house. I can't even eat lunch, I'm so worried. 20 minutes. Mike, this is torture. What kind of daughter ignores her mother like this? You should be more concerned about your wife's well-being. A good husband would have checked on her by now. 15 minutes left. I'm getting my keys ready. And my first aid kit. Just in case.
Linda, I apologize for the delayed response. I'm at work.
You can still reply to a text at work. Are you treating your mother-in-law as an afterthought? I know your company policy allows personal phones. Sarah told me that last month. Your company handbook is online. I checked it myself.
That's not my intention, but there are times when I really can't respond.
Then put me on your priority contact list. I should be able to reach you anytime. What if there's an emergency with Sarah? I had to call your office twice before you responded. Your secretary said you were in a meeting. What meeting is more important than family? You could have stepped out. Other people take calls during meetings.
I was presenting to clients.
It's not like you're doing such important work. If you were a doctor in surgery, I'd understand not having your phone. But you're just an office worker, aren't you? Sarah told me you just make PowerPoints all day. That's hardly emergency room work. You could have excused yourself. I'm sure your clients would understand. Family comes first. Always.
Even office workers have times they can't check their phones. Please stop calling my workplace. You've already called twice this month.
Twice isn't much. What about the other times I needed to reach you? Well, I couldn't reach my daughter for days, and you take forever to respond. Your receptionist was very rude to me, by the way. She said I wasn't on the approved caller list. Why am I not on the approved caller list? I'm family. Did you tell them not to put me through? Is that why they always say you're busy?
Like I said, sometimes that happens, but Sarah always responds eventually, so wait for her.
Yes, but way too late. Do you know how long it's been since I've seen her? 2 months. She used to visit me 3 times a week. We had lunch every Wednesday. And Sunday dinners. And shopping on Saturdays. Now I'm lucky if I get a text once a day. She doesn't even send me photos anymore. I used to get pictures of Tyler every day.
I told you she started a part-time job.
That's another weird thing. Why would she start working now? You should be making enough money so she can stay home. What's going on? Unless there's something you're not telling me about your finances. Are you in debt? Is something going on? Is that why you're working so much? Why didn't you come to me for help? I have savings. I can help a little.
Tyler's starting middle school next year, and Sarah wanted to work since the school can be very expensive.
Middle schoolers still need attention. That's when kids start acting out. Starting a job now is crazy. I read an article about how working mothers damage their children. Should I send the article to you so you can read it? Or better yet, I'll forward it to Sarah. I have 5 more articles about it, all from reputable sources. Did you know working mothers spend 40% less time with their children?
She's not gone all day, and Tyler's a good kid.
All kids need their mother at home. I never worked when Sarah was growing up. That's why she turned out so well. Or at least she used to be before she married you. She used to be so considerate, so attentive. Now she's changed completely. Oh, I think I'm getting sick from all this.
What? Why?
I'm so worried about my daughter, I can barely stand it. We used to have mother-daughter tea every week at your house. Now she's suddenly acting so cold, I don't even know why I raised her anymore. My blood pressure is rising. I might need to go to the hospital. Will you tell Sarah that I was thinking about her if I collapse? The doctor said stress isn't good for me. Sarah knows about my condition. She used to care about my health. Now she doesn't even ask anymore.
Linda, listen. Sarah has her own life. You need to give her some space sometimes.
So what? That doesn't mean she can't do what she used to do. She must hate me now. We used to be inseparable. We were best friends. Is this because I mentioned her weight last month? I was just being concerned. A mother has to look out for her daughter's health. Did you know I helped her with homework every single day in school? She would never have gotten into university without me. I checked every assignment, helped her study for every test. Even in high school. She needed me then. She still needs me now. She will always be my baby.
Sarah's still new to her job. She's adjusting. Could you please give her some time?
She could still text or call. That doesn't even take a minute. I have 2 months worth of things to tell her. Catching up with her was my routine. And this situation is just wrong. I have so many important things to discuss with her. The neighbor's daughter just got divorced. And my friend Susan's grandson is having problems at school. Sarah always helps me process these things. Who else can I talk to about this? My friends aren't as patient. Sarah always knows what to say to me, and I just miss talking with her.
I'm sorry, but I think you're being a bit overbearing with Sarah. She needs her space.
Excuse me? Me? How am I being overbearing? Nothing like this has ever happened before. I'm just worried. We've always been close, sharing everything. She's never said I was bothering her. I'm her mother. Mothers and daughters are supposed to be best friends. What would you know about that? Why would you say that? You can't understand our bond.
Well...
There you go again, acting like you know everything. Is this your doing? You've always been jealous of our relationship. Ever since you started dating her. Remember when you complained about our daily phone calls? How could a daughter talking to her mother bother you? What kind of man gets jealous of his mother-in-law?
What do you mean?
My daughter changed after marrying you. She used to tell me everything. She called me every day. Every little detail of her day. I knew so much about her, even if we were away from each other. Now she keeps secrets, and she barely talks to me. She doesn't even tell me when you fight anymore. You must be telling her not to share with me. Controlling what she can say to her own mother.
Linda, we've been married for over 10 years. Do you get that? She is not a baby anymore.
10 years of slowly pulling her away from me. You did that. You must have been slowly brainwashing her. Even Tyler ignored me completely when I texted him recently. That sweet boy would never do that unless you influenced him. He used to love his grandmother's messages. Remember when he was little and would video call me every day? What did you say to him about me? Did you tell him not to talk to me? Did you tell him he shouldn't talk to me? Are you poisoning my own grandson against me?
That's pretty normal for kids his age. He does the same with Sarah and me, reading messages without responding. That's just what they do. We're not cool enough for them anymore, and the kids just prefer hanging out with friends instead of family.
You know, I get headaches every day because I can't see my daughter. I keep wondering if she's okay and why she's become so cold. The thought that I might never see her again makes my heart feel like it's being torn apart. I can barely sleep anymore. It's so rough. I cry myself to sleep most nights. I miss her so much. I had to start taking anxiety medication just so I can fall asleep. The doctor says it's all from stress. The stress of being abandoned by my only child. My perfect daughter.
Linda, we're still planning to visit for New Year's like always.
That's still a month away. Do you expect me to wait that long? What kind of son-in-law are you? A good son-in-law would bring his wife to see her mother, especially when she's suffering like this. I might not even be alive in a month. Why are you guys doing this to me?
Sarah's doing fine, and she's healthy. I need to get back to work now.
Playing the busy card when you barely do anything important. Are you saying work matters more than your wife's mother? You sit at a desk all day, while I suffer alone at home, looking at old photos of my daughter, wondering where I went wrong. Sarah would never have allowed this before.
Work is necessary to support our family.
If you made enough money, maybe Sarah wouldn't have needed to get a part-time job.
How dare you blame me for Sarah working?
I gave her everything growing up. Every penny I had went to her education. I worked 3 jobs to put her through college. I went without so she could have everything. This conversation isn't over. I should never have approved this marriage. I knew you weren't good enough for her. A real man would make enough money. Sarah could have married a doctor or a lawyer. Instead, she married you.
Tyler, you're home early. Mom and I just left Grandma and Grandpa's house. Where are you? We were expecting you to stay for dinner. Your mom is worried. Can you answer the texts, please? Are you safe? Please respond when you get this. At the shrine with Marcus and the guys. Grandma just kept talking about herself and complaining. It was exhausting. She's seriously losing it. She wouldn't stop talking about how no one loves her anymore, and kept showing me old photos of Mom. It's so annoying sometimes. Said I should convince Mom to visit more. She showed me Mom's old report cards, too, and kept saying how she helped Mom with everything. It was so uncomfortable. I don't know if she's okay. I know it's tough, but what you did wasn't okay. What do you mean? Did I do something wrong? Is this about leaving early? I know I should have told someone where I was going. I just couldn't take it anymore. Grandma was too much for me. I don't think she's right. I found your New Year's money in the trash. I picked it up. Your grandparents gave you separate envelopes. Money is money. You shouldn't throw it away. It's fine. I threw it away on purpose. I had a good reason. You'll understand when I tell you. Grandma was being weird about it. Really weird. What do you mean? Dad, did you look inside the envelope? Both of them? Specifically Grandma's? She made me promise not to open it until I got home. Said it was our little secret. No, I didn't. Well, check it out. Grandma's envelope didn't have money. It had divorce papers inside, with yours and Mom's names already filled out. She must have gotten them online or something. She already filled out all the personal information, even put in your workplace details. She got your company address right and everything. How does she even know all that? What? Divorce papers? Are you absolutely sure that's what it was? When did she give this to you? Was your mom there when she gave it to you? Yeah, I checked in the bathroom to see how much money was inside. Grandpa's envelope had money, but Grandma's had divorce papers. She texted me saying I should stay with Mom after you guys divorce, said we could all live at their house. She said Mom would be happier without you, that you're holding Mom back. She's been sending me articles about toxic marriages and about kids who saved their moms from bad situations. She wants me to show them to Mom. She's been doing this for weeks, so yeah, she is too much. I didn't want to hear her anymore, and I couldn't take it. That old. I mean, she's been sending me messages about divorce, too. I've been ignoring them, but I didn't think she'd go this far. How long has she been messaging you about this? Why didn't you tell us sooner? A few weeks, I guess. She says Mom seems trapped. Says you're controlling Mom, but I know that's not true. Mom seems happier now than before. And you've been dealing with this alone? I'm sorry you had to handle this. You should have told me sooner. I am sorry I didn't notice that. Dad, you just called her that old. I thought we weren't supposed to use bad words about Grandma. But honestly, I get it now. She's not the person I thought she was. I don't know what happened to her. She keeps saying how much she loves us and misses us. But this isn't love, is it? It feels weird to me. Sorry, son. You must be feeling terrible about all this. You shouldn't have had to deal with this. We should have noticed something was wrong. Yeah, but it's Grandma's fault. I don't want you and Mom to get divorced because of her. Mom seems happier lately anyway, ever since she started working. But Grandma keeps saying she's miserable. Grandma's wrong about everything. She doesn't even see how happy Mom is now. Don't worry, I'll talk to Mom about this. Don't stay out too late, okay? Got it. Dad, should I block Grandma's number? She keeps sending me long messages about how families should stick together and how kids need their grandmothers. Yes, I think that would be best for now. Don't worry about anything else. I'll take care of it, okay? Already done. Thanks, Dad. Tell Mom I love her.
Mike, what's going on? I can't reach Sarah. Her line account is gone and her phone's disconnected. Is there something wrong with the phone lines? I tried calling your house phone too. None of my messages are going through. I've tried 6 different times. From different numbers.
Linda, please stop trying to contact Sarah.
What? What do you mean stop? Why can't I do that? Has something happened to her? Is she in the hospital? What is going on? Tell me! Why wouldn't you tell me if she was?
Sarah canceled her phone contract.
She's planning to live without a phone in this day and age? That's ridiculous. How will I reach her in emergencies? What if I need her? What if something urgent happens? What if she needs me? How are we supposed to keep in touch?
No, she got a new number. She's okay.
Well, give me the new number so I can add it to my contacts. I'll call her right away. She must be worried about me. She always worries when we don't talk. Just like I worry about her.
No, Sarah won't be communicating with you anymore.
What do you mean? I'm her mother. You can't do this. This is kidnapping. I'll call the police. You can't keep a mother from her child.
Your presence is causing Sarah stress. You've been pushing her too much and she needs space from you.
Me? Stressful? When have I ever caused her trouble? I've never been a burden to her. I'm the least demanding mother I know. Ask anyone. Sarah loves our talks. I know she misses me too. We tell each other everything. She needs me. You can't do this to her. You took her phone away.
This situation right now is troublesome. You're only contacting her because she cut off communication.
Sarah has always been a good listener. She's the only one I can really talk to. No one understands me like she does. She's my best friend. We've never gone this long without talking. Not since she learned to speak. You've turned her against me.
She's been overwhelmed by your constant one-sided communications. You need to let her live. She feels like she can't breathe with you constantly contacting her.
That's not true. She always listened to what I had to say. She never complained. Never! She always smiled when I visited, and she always loved spending time with me. She let me help organize her kitchen and pantry. She asked for my recipes, and she would ask about tips on gardening. We had our special morning calls.
She might not have shown it, but your behavior was exhausting for her. Coming to our house weekly to complain for hours, calling like a demon if she took too long to respond. It was all stressful for her. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I was just worried about her. I just didn't want anything bad to happen to her. A mother's supposed to worry. What kind of mother would I be if I didn't care? I was just trying to make sure she is safe and not in danger. You make it sound like I'm some kind of monster. This is all you're doing. I just want to be involved in her life. Why? You took my grandson too. Why can't I talk with them? I miss them so much.
Even excessive worry can be a burden. Plus, you are always comparing her to other people's daughters. So-and-so's daughter did this for her mother, bought that for her mother. You never do anything. I'm lucky you haven't completely abandoned me. Sarah told me how much she hated those comments.
I wasn't being serious. I was just making conversation. She's too sensitive. I raised her to be stronger than this. When did she become so weak? This is your influence. You've made her soft.
It depends on how the recipient takes it. I've tried to be a shield for Sarah these past few months, but your behavior is abnormal. And putting divorce papers in Tyler's New Year's money envelope? What were you thinking? Both Sarah and I were appalled.
That was just a little joke. I didn't mean anything. Can't a mother joke with her family? Don't take it so serious. Tyler wasn't supposed to show you that. He promised he wouldn't. Ugh, why couldn't he keep the secret? He betrayed my trust. He should have known better. Just like you're all betraying me now.
It wasn't taken as a joke. That's why I'm telling you this. Sarah and I discussed it and decided to cut ties with you.
You can't do this. This is not okay. She is my baby, and we are family. I am her mother. I'll come to your house. I still have the key. Don't go anywhere now. I'll call the police. I will tell them you took their phones away so they can't contact anybody. I'll tell everyone what you've done. You are isolating them. You can't keep my daughter away from me. I'll tell the whole family. They'll see what kind of person you really are. You are so evil. Give my daughter back.
Yeah, don't waste your time coming to see us. You're not welcome, and we've already moved. Don't try to contact us anymore.
Moved? Without telling me? What? Where? Where did you take them? Is this to keep them away from me? This is kidnapping. I won't forgive you. How dare you? They are in danger. What have you done to them? This is not acceptable. I am calling the police now. You are not getting away from this. My own daughter. My own grandson.
After that, Linda still tried to visit our house, but we had already moved. She couldn't reach me at work either since I'd blocked her number. I explained everything to Tom over the phone and he sincerely apologized. He said he'd handle Linda, which was somewhat reassuring. Later, I heard that Tom and Linda had a huge fight after he confronted her about everything. She quickly became docile when he brought up divorce. Now I hear she's quietly staying at home. They say she cries every day and has aged considerably, but I feel no sympathy. Apparently, tears contain stress hormones, so if she's crying alone and releasing stress, that's fine by me. She seems to deeply regret everything, but it doesn't change how much she hurts Sarah. I just hope she continues to leave us alone. Sarah is gradually getting better, and her bright smile is returning. She was hesitant about cutting ties at first, but now she says it was the right decision. Every parent-child relationship is different, and there's no single right way to handle them. But being family doesn't give you the right to do whatever you want. While I'm not entirely confident about my own parenting of Sarah and Tyler, I hope we can maintain a relationship where everyone shows consideration for each other and feels safe being together. Hey, Rachel, did you see the photo I sent you earlier today?
Hi, Mark. Was it Sarah's test results? Yes, I saw them. Getting a perfect score is amazing for a fourth grader. I'm really impressed. I'm so proud of her.
It's pretty incredible. She even got the bonus question right.
She's always been smart, but these scores are something else.
I wasn't sure about having a tutor at first, but these scores are really encouraging.
I told you Brandon would be worth it. Do you remember how worried you were about the cost?
Well, tutors aren't cheap, especially for medical students.
But look at the results. Every penny spent is worth it when she's doing this really well.
That's true, though I still think the hourly rate is steep for a student tutor.
The tutor was definitely worth hiring. She's been doing so well since Brandon started coming over. At this rate, she'll definitely pass the entrance exams.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The real exams are still months away.
But with scores like these, how can you not be excited?
How many hours is he spending with her each week now?
Usually 3 sessions, about 2 hours each. He's very thorough with the material.
That seems like a lot of time. Wasn't it just 2 sessions when we started? Why is it 3 sessions now?
He suggested adding another session. He said it would help with the exam preparation.
And you agreed without discussing it with me? Of course he'd say that.
I didn't think it would be an issue. You're always saying how education is important.
That's quite a bit of time. Are we sure it's not too much pressure on her? Is she getting enough rest?
It's not too much pressure at all. Brandon knows exactly how to pace the lessons so she won't feel overwhelmed. He's really good at explaining things to her. Why wouldn't I be excited? The results speak for themselves.
Isn't it a bit early to say that? We both know the actual exam is still a long way off. Nothing's guaranteed, Rachel.
I know, but can't a mother be excited about her daughter's progress? This is huge.
Of course you can be. I just don't want us getting ahead of ourselves.
You worry too much. Brandon says she's way ahead of where she needs to be.
Did he tell you that during or after the lesson?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious about when you discuss these things with him.
It's usually after the lessons. We go over her progress and everything they did.
You seem to talk to Brandon quite a bit about these things.
Well, I'm here during the lessons. It would be weird not to talk, right?
I suppose, though most parents just check in briefly at the end.
Are you suggesting I shouldn't be involved in our daughter's education?
That's not what I meant.
Just what?
I get where you're coming from.
Well, aren't you convinced now? Can we keep Brandon as her tutor? Please?
Have you already discussed extending his contract?
Not officially, but he mentioned he'd be happy to continue teaching her.
Was that during another after-lesson chat?
Why do you keep focusing on when we talk? Does it matter?
Just trying to understand the arrangement better, that's all.
There's nothing to understand. He's Sarah's tutor, that's all.
I mean, the results speak for themselves. If it's working, I don't see why not. Just checking, though. Sarah's still okay with it, right?
Oh, she's totally fine with it. She actually enjoys more than studying alone. Just look at her grades.
But is she happy with how he teaches things? That's what I'm asking.
Of course she's happy. Why wouldn't she be?
You know, grades aren't everything. How's she doing otherwise, like her personal time?
What do you mean?
She seems different lately, much quieter.
She's probably tired from all the studying.
Good grades don't always mean she's enjoying it. Haven't you noticed she seems down lately? I thought maybe she wasn't getting along with the tutor.
There's nothing to worry about. If anything, Brandon's a college student, so he's like a big brother to her.
Since when does she need a big brother?
That's not what I meant. He just relates well to kids.
You keep calling him Brandon. Wasn't it Mr. Lee before?
Oh, he asked us to call him Brandon. Says Mr. Lee makes him feel old.
I see. That's a bit casual for a tutor, isn't it?
Times have changed. Not everyone needs to be so formal these days.
Maybe, but there should still be some professional boundaries.
You're being old-fashioned. Brandon's very professional. He's a very good tutor.
Professional people usually keep their titles as Mr. and Ms., not by their first names.
Are you really gonna argue about what we call him?
I suppose not. Still, it's pretty impressive that he manages this while handling med school.
He actually told me today that he's tutoring because his family doesn't have much money. He's working his way through school, and he's doing such a great job with Sarah.
How did that come up in conversation?
Just chatting after the lesson. He's really dedicated to his studies.
You seem to know a lot about his personal life.
He's just open about these things. There's nothing wrong with that.
It makes me feel lazy in comparison. When I was in college, I was definitely more focused on having fun. It's admirable to see young people working so hard. Makes me want to step up my game. I feel like I need to do better.
Plus, he's so handsome. Great build, too. Nothing like you. LOL.
That's an odd thing to notice about our daughter's tutor. That's weird, Rachel.
I have eyes, don't I? Just stating facts.
Since when do you pay attention to tutor's appearances and how his body is built?
It was just an observation. Don't be so sensitive.
Ouch! Didn't have to go there. That actually hurts.
Why are you competing with someone half your age? You're my husband, aren't you? There is no point in comparing yourself to others.
You brought it up, not me. But yeah, you're right. Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Don't be so sensitive. I'm just teasing you.
It's a very weird thing to tease about.
You're making this weird, not me.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But wait, If studying isn't the issue, why has Sarah been so down lately? School problems, maybe? Has she told you anything?
I haven't noticed anything wrong. You're probably overthinking it. She's been fine with me.
She never really talks during dinner anymore. That's weird of her.
I think she's just focused on her studies. That's good, isn't it? I don't think it's weird. Has she mentioned anything about fighting with friends or anything?
Not really. She's just been quiet lately.
She's just growing up. Girls get moody at this age. A lot of them go through things.
This feels different than that, though.
Different how?
Like she's keeping something to herself. Like she's hiding something. Not that I've heard anything from her. Maybe I should ask her when I get home. She's usually still up around 9, right?
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Why not? She's my daughter, too.
She's at that age, you know. Girls don't like their dads hovering too much.
Since when is talking to my daughter hovering? I just want to make sure she's okay.
I know, but trust me on this. She needs her space sometimes.
When did you become such an expert on what Sarah needs?
I'm her mother. I know these things.
You think so?
If I were Sarah, I'd hate it. If you're worried, I can ask her about it. Just leave it to me.
You've been saying that a lot lately. Leave it to me. I want to be able to understand her better.
Because you're making problems where there aren't any. Everything's fine.
If everything's fine, why can't I talk to her?
Why are you being so insistent about this?
Because she's my daughter and I'm worried about her.
You don't need to be. I've got everything under control.
Well, if you say so. Thanks for handling it, even though it's extra work for you.
It's not work at all. Brandon makes everything easier.
There you go, mentioning Brandon again. What's going on?
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, it's just an observation.
You're being weird today. Is work stressing you out?
Maybe. I'm sorry if I'm overthinking things.
No problem. Now get back to work.
Will do. Is Sarah home from school yet?
Yes, she's studying in her room.
Right. Tell Sarah I'll try to be home for dinner.
Actually, we might eat early today. Brandon's coming for an early session.
Again? Wasn't he just there yesterday?
Sarah needs all the help she can get, right?
That's 3 days in a row now. She needs to rest too, you know.
He had some free time in his schedule.
How convenient.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Just seems like there's been a lot of sessions. I guess, but make sure she's getting enough rest too. It's important at her age.
Stop worrying. Everything's under control.
If you say so. I'll message later. Bye. Hey, Sarah, can you tell Rachel to check her phone?
Dad, what's up? Do you need to talk to Mom?
I've been trying to reach her for the past hour. Is everything okay at home? Sarah, where are you right now? Are you home?
I'm at the park.
Why are you there? Sarah, you can tell me what's going on.
I don't want to get in trouble.
You won't get in trouble, sweetie, I promise.
Really? Promise?
Really promise. Daddy just wants to make sure that you're okay. And I'm going to be late tonight because of work. I tried messaging her, but she's not responding. Aren't you with her? You're not? Where's Mom?
Mom's at home studying with Brandon.
Studying? That's odd. Your session wasn't scheduled for today, I thought.
Brandon comes over a lot now.
What do you mean by a lot? She told me you guys increased your sessions.
He comes over almost every day.
What? Every day? Since when?
Since last month, I think.
And where are you during these sessions?
Usually here, at the park.
Why do you go to the park? Hey, can you tell Mom to call me right away?
I can't. I'm not allowed inside. I have to study at the park until Mom comes to get me.
What do you mean you're not allowed inside? Of the house?
Mom says I need to study somewhere quiet.
Wait, what? Mom told you to stay out? It's getting late.
She says I concentrate better here.
How long have you been at the park today?
Since after school.
That was hours ago. Have you eaten anything?
Yeah, I have some snacks in my backpack.
How long has this been happening?
Since I saw them.
You saw them? What exactly did you see, Sarah?
I don't want to say. Mom will be mad at me.
Sarah, honey, you can tell me anything. I won't let Mom be mad at you, I promise.
Promise you won't be mad at me either?
I promise I won't be mad at you. Never at you.
They were hugging, but not like you and Mom hug.
What do you mean? Can you explain a little bit more?
Like in the movies, when people kiss.
I see. Thank you for telling me that. You're very brave.
Are you mad?
Not at you, sweetheart. Never at you. I'm not mad.
Your messages look angry, though.
I'm just worried about you. Are you cold? Are you okay?
Just a little.
I understand. I'm coming to get you right now. You're at the park near the house, right?
Yeah, but are you sure? What about work? Aren't you busy?
Some things are more important than work, like you. Are you warm enough?
Yeah, I have my jacket. But Dad?
Yes?
Mom said not to tell you about the park.
And did she say why?
She said that you would understand.
You did the right thing telling me. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
There is, actually. I miss how things used to be.
What do you mean by that, sweetie?
When we all had dinner together.
Work's done for today. Don't worry about that. Would you rather have me not come get you?
No, I want you to. I'm always alone until Mom comes. I'd be really happy if you picked me up.
How often does Mom leave you at the park?
Whenever Brandon comes over.
And that's almost every day now?
Yes, sometimes twice a day.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, want to stay at Grandma and Grandpa's tonight?
Really? Can we? But I don't have any clothes or anything. And what about Mom?
We can buy you clothes on the way to their house. And don't worry about Mom. I'll handle it. This'll be our little secret, okay?
Will Mom be angry? I don't want her to be mad at me.
Let me worry about that. You've been so strong.
I tried studying hard, even at the park.
I know you did. You're amazing. You really are.
Even without a tutor?
Especially without a tutor. You're brilliant all on your own.
Brandon says I need him to pass the exams.
That's not true at all. You're incredibly smart.
Okay, I'll wait for you at the park then.
I'm about 15 minutes away. Stay where I can see you when I pull up.
I will. I'm on the bench near the swings.
Perfect. I'll be there soon.
Hey, Dad, are you close?
I'm just a few minutes away. Can you see the street from where you are?
Yes, I'm watching for your car.
Good girl. Stay safe. Almost there. Hey, Rachel. Sarah's not with you, is she?
What? at work?
Don't play games. Where's our daughter?
What are you talking about? She's studying in her room, obviously. What time do you think it is?
Are you still lying? Even now? How can you do that?
Mark, you're scaring me. What's going on?
Funny, you weren't scared when our daughter was alone in the park.
I'm not lying. She's in her room studying.
Oh, really? Then I guess the person right next to me right now isn't Sarah?
What do you mean she's right next to you?
I found her at the park, alone, again.
How did you?
She called me, crying. She was so cold.
She wasn't supposed to.
She wasn't supposed to do what? Tell me she's been abandoned?
Mark, look, I can explain.
That's my line. Why are you lying about this?
I'm not.
You just what? Just leaving our daughter alone while you're with Brandon?
I just needed some private time. That's it.
Private time with Brandon?
How dare you suggest?
How dare I? How dare you?
No, you don't understand.
I found her alone in the park, Rachel. Alone! She was so cold! Sarah called me, so I picked her up. We're at my parents' house now. We're spending the night here tonight.
Ah, thank goodness. I went to get her from the park, but she wasn't there. I was worried.
Worried? Now you're worried? After leaving her alone for hours? You told her to go to the park and wait there.
It wasn't hours.
She called me around 6. Why was our daughter alone in the park at that time? Sarah told me you made her leave the house while the tutor was still there.
She wasn't alone the whole time.
Don't. Just don't. I don't want to hear anything.
I just needed to discuss something important with Brandon. It was just temporary.
Important enough to abandon our daughter in the cold?
I didn't abandon her. She was fine.
Fine? Fine? She was terrified!
She knows the park well.
That's your excuse? If it was just talking, why did she need to leave?
It wasn't something a child should hear.
What kind of conversation do you need to have with a tutor that a child can't hear? And Sarah said this happens every time he comes over. Are you having these important conversations that often?
You don't understand.
Then help me understand. Why does our daughter have to study in the park? Your silence says everything. That's all I needed.
It's not what you think. Don't make it sound like I did something wrong.
Sending our 4th grade daughter to study alone in a park isn't wrong? You can't possibly think that.
She's mature for her age. She can handle it.
Handle what? Your affair? Is that it?
That's not.
But you did more than that, didn't you? That's why you've been sending Sarah away.
Yes, sending her out that late was wrong. But don't just make assumptions. Nothing inappropriate is happening with me and Brandon.
Nothing inappropriate? Is that why Sarah saw you embracing?
What? She told you about that.
Did you think she wouldn't tell me?
That wasn't what it looked like.
So it's true then?
That was just... He was helping me when I stumbled. Sarah just misunderstood what she saw. She's still so young, she doesn't know anything.
A stumble! That's the best you can come up with?
Yes! I almost fell and...
Then why start sending her outside to the park in the cold?
Listen, believe what you want. But why won't you believe me?
Because I believe in our daughter. Whatever she tells me, I believe it. I know she won't lie about something like this.
She's just a child. She doesn't understand.
She understands enough to know something's wrong. Because there's no reason to. Suddenly calling him by his first name, always defending him. It's because you're having an affair, isn't it? And you're choosing him over our daughter. What's wrong with you?
You're jumping to conclusions.
Am I? Then explain why our daughter has been miserable. She was terrified.
She hasn't been miserable. She's been doing well at school.
At what cost?
Wait, you're not talking about divorce, are you? We have Sarah to think about. That can't happen.
Now you're thinking about Sarah after everything?
We can work this out. We can find a new tutor. I'll end things with Brandon.
Unbelievable. Even now you're only thinking about yourself. How dare you? Of course we're getting divorced.
If that's how it has to be, at least promise you won't do anything to hurt Brandon. If you promise that, I'll agree to the divorce.
You're actually trying to protect him after what you both did?
He has a whole future ahead of him.
And Sarah doesn't? So you're finally admitting to the affair.
Well, you clearly believe Sarah. And I know you won't doubt her, so yes. But please, don't hurt Brandon. I'll take full responsibility.
Let me get this straight. You admit to having an affair, but your biggest concern is protecting him? Not even your daughter? After you left her outside in the cold for such a long time?
You don't understand what's at stake.
Oh, I understand perfectly. You chose him over our family, your own daughter. Who do you think you are? Both of you are at fault here.
Please, just listen to me for a minute.
After all your lies, why should I?
Because you're not thinking clearly.
I've done enough listening to your lies.
I know I messed up. I know that.
Do you? Do you really?
Yes, I know what I did was wrong.
Messed up? You destroyed our family!
That's not fair. We can still be a family.
How? How can we ever go back?
I know I hurt you, but...
Hurt me? What about Sarah? Don't you think she was hurt?
I know that, but Brandon's a struggling student. He has student loans. I don't want to cause him trouble.
Of course, your first thought is still about him.
He doesn't deserve to have his life ruined.
So you admit to the affair but want to protect him?
He has his whole future ahead of him.
What about Sarah's future? Did either of you think about that?
Sarah will be fine. She's strong.
She shouldn't have to be strong. She's 10 years old.
You don't understand the pressure he's under.
Pressure? He's sleeping with a married woman.
I know I'm being a terrible mother. But I want to support Brandon. He's going to be a doctor. If you want compensation, I'll pay it all. Isn't that enough?
You really think money fixes this?
What else do you want from me?
How about remorse? Real remorse, not just worry about your boyfriend.
He's not just...
Not just what? Not just the man you chose over your daughter?
You're twisting everything.
Am I? Tell me one thing I've said that isn't true.
That's not fair.
Fair? You want to talk about fair?
I made mistakes, but Brandon didn't mean for any of this to happen.
Didn't mean to? He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was just trying to help Sarah.
Help her by traumatizing her?
We never meant for her to see anything.
But she did, and instead of stopping, you sent her away.
It wasn't like that.
Then what was it like? Explain it to me.
I can't.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I never thought you could be this terrible of a person.
Say whatever you want about me. But please, Brandon didn't do anything wrong.
Nothing wrong. He had an affair with a married woman and helped abuse her child.
Abuse? We never...
What do you call sending your daughter to study alone in a park in the cold?
We were just...
Just what? Having your affair while our daughter sat alone?
No, please understand.
Understand what? That you both chose yourselves over her?
It wasn't supposed to happen like this.
How was it supposed to happen?
I don't know. It just...
Are you kidding? You're both at fault here. I'm not only going to demand compensation, I'm also reporting this to the university. You both deserve whatever comes next.
No, please don't. He works so hard. Don't ruin his future.
His future? What about Sarah's future? What about her trust?
I'll do anything. Please, just don't report him. But I said I'd pay it all. Why do you have to hurt Brandon too?
Because he hurt my daughter! What better reason does a parent need? I need to protect my daughter! Unlike you, I care about her!
He never meant to hurt anyone.
But he did.
What if I gave you full custody of Sarah?
You think I'd let you have custody after this?
I could still see her sometimes.
After what you've done?
Please, I'm begging you. He's so young. Don't take away his future.
His age makes it worse. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He was just trying to get through school.
By sleeping with his student's mother, that's his excuse?
You don't understand how hard it's been for him.
For him? What about how hard it's been for Sarah?
I'll make it up to her. I promise.
How? By choosing him over her again?
That's not what I'm doing.
Really? Because that's all you've done since he started tutoring.
I made mistakes, but
But what? You're still defending him.
he doesn't deserve to lose everything.
Neither did our family.
Please reconsider.
If you really cared about his future, you shouldn't have had an affair. You both destroyed your own futures. Now deal with the consequences. Have fun supporting him through all this.
What do you mean?
Think about it. No medical school, no career, just debt.
You can't do this.
I'm not doing anything. You did this. Both of you.
At least let me talk to Sarah.
Absolutely not. You lost that right.
She's still my daughter.
A daughter you abandoned for your affair.
I never abandoned her.
The park bench says otherwise.
I can change. I can be better.
Too little, too late.
What am I supposed to do now?
That's not my problem anymore.
Can I at least say goodbye?
Do you really think that's best for her?
I'm still her mother.
A mother who chose her daughter's tutor over her.
Will you ever forgive me?
That's not up to me anymore. It's up to Sarah.
Please. Just don't tell Brandon's university.
Every time, every single time you defend him first.
Because I know what this will do to him.
But you didn't know what you were doing to Sarah?
That's different.
You're right, it is different. He's an adult who made his choices. Sarah was a child who trusted you.
I'll do anything. Please.
It's done. I've already contacted the university.
You did what?
They're very interested in the ethics of their medical students.
How could you do that? How dare you?
How could I? How could you?
You've ruined everything.
No, you did that to yourself. Both of you. I'm just making sure there are consequences.
What happens now?
Now? Now you'll live with what you've done and stay away from Sarah.
You can't keep her from me forever.
Watch me.
You're back already?
On my way back now. Gonna stop by the supermarket. Need anything?
We're out of bread. Can you grab some? Also milk if you're going by the dairy aisle.
Okay, the usual whole milk?
Yes, please. How was Emma today? She seemed a bit under the weather this morning.
She's fine now. Her fever went down after lunch. Been running around like usual.
Did you give her the medicine I left out?
Of course, I'm not completely helpless, you know. When are you getting home?
Should be around 8. Unless there's an emergency surgery.
Got it. We'll eat dinner before you get back then. Emma gets cranky if she eats too late.
Thanks for handling dinner. You must be starving after running around all day. What did you do? Was Emma having fun?
We went to Forest Park, then got pancakes, and finished up at the zoo. Emma loved the zoo especially. Wish you could have been there with us.
Which animals did she like best? Last time she couldn't stop talking about the penguins.
The lions today, they were really active. One came right up to the glass.
Did you take pictures? I'd love to see.
Phone was low on battery, but Emma can tell you all about it. She was so excited.
Sorry I missed it. I had work, but let's all go together next time. Maybe this weekend?
Being a doctor is such a demanding job. Late nights, training sessions, symposiums on your days off. Sometimes I wonder if they work you too hard.
It's especially busy lately. 2 people quit, so we're understaffed. Dr. Thompson moved to Chicago, and Dr. Rivera's on maternity leave. Sorry. I always have to rely on you with Emma.
It's fine. I love spending time with her. I want to cherish these moments. Besides, I make less than you do, so I should at least handle the childcare. It's the least I can do.
You don't need to worry about that. We're a team.
Well, I do worry. You're the breadwinner here. I work fewer hours, too. Let me handle Emma. I want to contribute what I can.
You contribute plenty. Emma adores you. I couldn't manage without your help.
Oh, that means a lot. Sometimes I feel bad about not providing more.
Stop that. You're an amazing father. That's worth more than any money.
You always know what to say. Hey, speaking of providing, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Would it be okay if I bought a car?
You mean replace the current one? Is something wrong with it?
I want to get another one. The one we have now is just a regular family car. I want something cooler, you know, for when I'm not on dad duty.
Something cooler, huh? Like, what did you have in mind?
You could use our current car for work. I just want something more stylish than a family car. Something that fits my personality better.
You always loved vehicles. Before Emma was born, you used to go riding with your motorcycle friends all the time. Remember those weekend trips?
Yeah, those were the days. My bike's just sitting in the parking lot now. Kinda sad. Haven't had a chance to ride in ages.
Must be hard giving up your hobby. So you want a car instead of riding the bike? More practical?
Emma's getting bigger, and we're going to more places. Having another car would be really convenient. Could take her on fun trips, maybe even camping someday.
True, another car might be useful. Do you have one in mind? Nothing too crazy expensive, I hope.
Remember that photo I showed you? That one, the silver one.
The Jeep-looking one.
Yeah, that's it.
That does seem like your style. Very rugged. Perfect for outdoor adventures.
If we get it, though, I'd need to rely on your income. I know it's a lot to ask.
Oh, that's fine. You deserve something nice. After all your hard work with Emma.
Really? You sure? I don't want to be a burden.
You play with Emma on your days off and work hard taking care of her. The least I can do is get you a car. Consider it an investment in family time.
Awesome! Seriously, thank you. You're the best. I promise it'll be worth it.
Consider it a reward for being such a dedicated dad. Emma's lucky to have you.
Can I go look at cars this weekend? And can you come too? I want your opinion too.
I can make it Sunday, after my morning rounds. Maybe we can get lunch after?
Let's go then, and maybe even close the deal. Can't wait. You won't regret this. I'll make it up to you somehow.
Just keep being a great dad. That's all I need. Emma's happiness is everything.
You know I'd do anything for her. She's my whole world, just like you are.
You're sweet. Need to get back to my patients. Kiss Emma for me. Tell her mommy loves her.
Will do. Good luck with work. We'll be here when you get home. Your favorite people.
Thanks. Love you both.
Hey, I actually wanted to ask you something. Would it be okay if I bought the car today?
You mean the one you were telling me about before? The Honda's only 3 years old.
I just really want this one specific car. The one we have now is just a regular family car. That car is super cool, you know? Been looking at some options online.
Something cooler, huh? What's wrong with the Honda?
Nothing's wrong with it. It's perfect for groceries and kids stuff, but sometimes I miss having something with more style, like before Emma.
Back when you had the sports car? That was fun. Until the maintenance bills came.
This would be different. You could use our current car for work. I just want something more stylish than a family car. I've told you this. Something that fits my personality better, you know?
Like what exactly? Not another money pit, I hope.
No way. I've done my research this time. Much more practical, but still cool.
If you love it so much, I guess so. Before Emma was born, you used to take care of your old car all the time. Remember those weekend trips? You'd come back so excited.
Yeah, those were the days. My bike's just sitting in the parking lot now. Kinda sad. Haven't ridden in almost a year. Kinda miss the freedom.
Must be hard giving that up. The bike was your baby before Emma.
Different priorities now. Family comes first. But I still need something fun, you know?
So you want a car instead of riding the bike. More practical for family life?
Emma's getting bigger and I want to take her to more places. Having another car would be really convenient. Could take her on adventures, make memories together.
What kind of adventures? She's been asking about camping.
Exactly, we could do weekend trips, pack up the car, show her new places.
That does sound nice. True, another car might be useful. Do you have one in mind? Something specific?
Remember that photo I showed you? That one from the dealership website?
The Jeep-looking one. We just talked about this, LOL. The silver SUV?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect mix of style and function. Great for family trips, but still looks cool.
That does seem like your style. But isn't it expensive? I saw the price tag.
I get that it is kind of expensive. It would be your money, too. I know it's asking a lot. My salary wouldn't cover it.
Oh, that's fine. You deserve something nice. After all you do for us.
Really? You sure? I don't want to pressure you.
You play with Emma on your days off and work hard taking care of her. The least I can do is pay for it to make you happy. You're always putting us first.
You're amazing. Seriously, thank you. I'll make sure it's worth it. I'll take Emma everywhere.
You deserve this more than anything. For being such a great dad. I know it's not easy being home all day.
It's rewarding, though, watching her grow, teaching her new things. Best job ever.
You're so good with her. She lights up when you walk in.
Speaking of the car, can I still go look at cars this weekend? Can you come too? I know I just asked you, but I wanted to make sure you can come with me. I want your input.
I can make it Sunday. After my morning rounds, like I said. And did you still want to grab lunch after?
Perfect! Let's go get me that car then. Can't wait. The dealership has great financing options.
We should look at insurance costs too, and maintenance estimates. Want to be prepared.
Already checked. It's all reasonable. They have a service plan. Really thought this through.
You've done your homework. Very thorough. That's new.
Hey, only when it's important. Plus, I want you to feel good about this. I know it's a big expense.
I trust your judgment. You've matured a lot since Emma. More responsible.
Had to step up for our family. This car would help with that. More reliable than the bike.
The bike was your first love, though. Remember our second date? You showed up on that Harley.
Different life then. Different priorities. Family man now. Need something practical but fun.
Your motorcycle friends must miss you. Used to ride every weekend.
They understand. Everyone grows up sometime. Besides, this car would be better. I could actually use it.
True. Can't exactly strap a car seat to a motorcycle.
Exactly. And with your schedule, need something reliable for Emma's activities.
You really have thought this through. Nice to see you planning ahead. Very responsible.
Learned from the best. You're always so organized. Try to follow your example.
Flattery will get you everywhere. But seriously, I'm impressed. You've really grown into fatherhood.
Thanks, babe. That means a lot. So Sunday then, for car shopping?
Yes, Sunday works. I'll be done by noon. Meet you at the dealership?
I'll bring Emma. Make it a family day. She'll love the adventure.
Perfect. Maybe ice cream after? If she's good.
Always knows how to bribe her. Best mom ever. We're so lucky.
I'm the lucky one. Having you both makes the long hours worth it.
Speaking of which, better let you get back to work. Thanks again for considering this. You're the best.
Love you. Kiss Emma for me. See you tonight.
Will do. She's napping now. Sweet dreams about her new car adventures.
You're such a good dad. Can't wait for Sunday. Love you both.
Good work. Sounds like another busy day. Saved another life though, right?
Yeah, more packed than usual. Finally catching my breath. 5th surgery today. Did you guys finish dinner?
Yep. Emma's taking a bath now. Made her favorite pasta. She ate everything.
Even the vegetables. She was always so picky before.
Told her she needs to grow strong like mommy. Works every time. Taking Emma for a drive tomorrow in the new car.
Finally got it delivered, huh? You must have been so eager to drive it. When did it arrive?
This afternoon while Emma was napping. It's perfect, even better than at the dealership.
What color did you end up getting? The silver or the black?
Went with the silver. Looks amazing in the sun. I drove it to the supermarket to test it out, but I really want to go for a longer drive. It's so cool, this car. Thanks for getting it for me.
I'm glad you like it. You've been looking forward to it, like a kid at Christmas.
Been counting down to delivery day, checking the tracking every hour. Worth the wait, though.
You literally counted down the days. Why don't you drive it somewhere nice, like the mountains or the beach? Perfect weather for it.
I'm thinking of driving to the coast. Emma loves fish, so maybe we'll get some seafood. Make a day of it, some father-daughter time.
That sounds nice. Weather should be good tomorrow. Perfect for a scenic drive. Just be careful, okay? New car, unfamiliar roads.
I'm driving with Emma, of course I'll be careful. Plus, it's brand new, don't want to wreck it. I'll take good care. Got all the safety features, too.
Did you install her car seat? The manual said it needed special anchors.
All set up, double-checked everything. Safety first, right?
Wish I could go too. But work tomorrow. Take lots of pictures?
The study group thing, right? You're always so busy. Never ends, does it?
More like a conference. All the hospital doctors get together. Then regular work after that. Can't skip this one.
Always something. Emma misses you.
I miss her too. So much. Is she still awake?
Just got out of the bath. Want me to put her on?
Please? Need to hear her voice.
Here she is. Emma says hi, Mommy. She misses you. Wants to tell you about her day.
Tell her I love her. And I'll make it up this weekend. Maybe we can all go to the beach then?
Okay, I've got Emma all day, so focus on work. We'll be fine. Have fun at your conference.
Thanks. Take care of her. Drive safe tomorrow. Text me when you get there.
Of course. Don't worry about us. Just another daddy-daughter day. Getting sleepy here, though.
Put her to bed. She needs rest for tomorrow's adventure. Love you both.
Love you too. Sleep well. Don't work too hard. We'll tell you all about our trip tomorrow.
Can't wait to hear. Good night, heart. Kiss Emma goodnight for me.
Always do. Sweet dreams to both my girls.
Where are you right now? Why aren't you answering my calls?
Oh, I'm out driving with Emma, taking a break at a rest stop. Just had some seafood. Emma loved it. The grilled fish was amazing.
Emma's in a hospital bed right now. Some seafood, huh? Stop lying to me.
Hospital bed? What do you mean?
Emma was just brought to my hospital. Traffic accident. Dr. Chen recognized her while I was in a meeting.
What? What happened? Is she okay?
What happened? That's my line. A friend in the ER recognized her and told me. I rushed over to find my baby girl all banged up getting treatment. Don't know if she'll be okay yet. She's got scrapes and bruises everywhere and looks like a broken leg. They're running tests for other injuries. Where are you really?
How did this happen? Was she alone? So she got hit by a car. That's serious, right?
She was hit by a car turning left at a crosswalk. Still don't know all the details. Speaking of which, why don't you know anything when you're supposed to be with her? You said you were together. At the coast. Eating seafood.
Sorry, I wasn't with Emma. Some stuff came up before we left, so I went out alone. I can explain.
Why did you lie about taking her out? Where are you really? The truth. Now.
I thought you'd be mad if I said I went out alone. I'm sorry for lying. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Why did you leave her behind? She's 5 years old. What were you thinking?
Right before we were going to leave, Emma threw a tantrum, said she didn't want to go anymore, so I had to leave her. She was being difficult.
Then why not just cancel the trip? You can't leave a kindergartner home alone. Who knows what they might do? What if there was a fire? What if she got scared?
I really needed to buy something. I couldn't reschedule. It was important.
Couldn't you buy it online? That could have waited. What was so important?
I needed it today. It had to be in person. Can't explain right now.
Then you could have convinced Emma or leave her with your parents or someone. You could have even called me. I would have found someone. Made arrangements.
She'll be in first grade soon. I thought she could handle being alone. I'm really sorry. I never meant for this to happen. Please tell me she'll be okay.
Are you still out? How far did you go? How long does shopping take? It's been hours.
The store I wanted to go to was kind of far. I lost track of time.
Come to the hospital. Now. Your daughter needs you. Unless something's more important.
Yeah, heading back. On my way.
How long until you get here? Emma keeps asking for you. Between crying from the pain.
About an hour and a half. Traffic's bad.
You were that far away? That's not normal. You were planning to leave her alone for hours. What kind of father are you?
Plans changed a bit. I got delayed. I can explain everything.
What are you hiding? This is weird. Something's not right. Tell me the truth.
I'm not hiding anything. It just took longer than expected. Please don't be mad.
Whatever. I'll hear it from Emma. She's calmer now. And very chatty.
Wait. Let me explain first. Don't ask her anything yet.
Not waiting. She's already talking about how lonely she's been. How often you leave her.
Sorry, hit traffic. I'll be there in 40 minutes. Almost there.
Don't bother coming. We don't need you here. Emma's sleeping now anyway.
I have to come. She's my daughter too. Please let me explain.
I heard everything from Emma. You're an incredible liar. Don't ever come back. I can't even look at you right now.
Wait, please. I don't know what you heard, but let me explain. It's not what you think. Give me a chance.
You already tried explaining. All lies, weren't they? This wasn't the first time you left Emma alone, was it? She told me everything.
How much did she tell you? Kids exaggerate sometimes. You know how Emma is.
She told me you bribed her with candy to keep quiet. You barely ever went out with her at all, did you? You were always going out alone. All those zoo trips, park visits, more lies.
Yes. I'm sorry. I knew you'd be upset.
Who were you going out with? Don't tell me you were alone. Emma told me she heard you on the phone making plans before you left. Laughing and whispering. Who was it?
Just hanging out with old motorcycle friends, riding, barbecues, day camping, stuff like that. Nothing bad. I just needed adult time.
That's really all? Because Emma said you were talking about dinner plans. And movies. Doesn't sound like group activities.
Yeah, I wanted adult time, so I had Emma stay home. She was fine watching TV. Nothing happened to her before.
What kind of person leaves a kindergartner home alone for hours while you're out having fun? I trusted you. If it was just biking, that's one thing. But you took the car today. You could have brought her. The car I bought you to spend time with our daughter.
I didn't want to be a burden with a kid there. They're not really kid-friendly gatherings. You understand, right?
Better than this. Better than abandoning our child. She could have died today.
I'm really sorry this happened. I told her to stay home. Never thought she'd go out. She knows better.
Don't blame Emma. Don't you dare. She's 5 years old.
No, I didn't mean to. Of course it's my fault. I know that.
was bored being alone all day and wanted to go to the park. Of course she was bored. Stuck inside all day, no one to play with, while Daddy's out having fun. Do you know what she told the doctors?
How bad are Emma's injuries? From the tests, will she recover?
Broken right leg, bruises and scrapes all over. Few stitches in her head, but no brain bleeding. One step different, and she could have died. Do you understand that? Our baby could have died.
But she's talking, so she'll be okay. No permanent damage. At least she's alive, that's what matters.
This is all your fault. Your thoughtless actions almost killed our daughter. I'm so disappointed in you. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I didn't think this would happen. She was fine the other times I left her alone. I always made sure she had snacks and her shows to watch.
Tell me everything. You're still hiding something. I can tell. What else don't I know?
What do you mean? I told you about the friends. What more is there?
Something's not adding up. If it was just riding with friends, why all the secrecy? You could have left Emma with someone. Your parents could have watched her. My coworkers offered before.
Well, yeah, but it's complicated.
Why go to such great lengths to hide going out alone? If there's more, tell me now, before I find out another way. Like I find out about everything else.
You'll get mad if I tell you. Can we talk about this in person, not over text?
I'll decide after I hear it. Tell me now. Everything.
I was with motorcycle friends, that's true. But lately I've been going out with this woman, and I didn't want to tell you. It just happened. I didn't plan it.
So you were alone in the car with her? Today? While our daughter was in surgery.
There was this girl I liked. I met her during a group ride. I hit on her. We started talking. One thing led to another.
Both of you are awful. Her for going along with a married man. Does she know about Emma? About me?
She doesn't know I'm married. Never came up. I don't wear my ring when I ride.
But your motorcycle friends know, right? They must remember me. From before Emma.
I approached her privately. Nothing to do with the other riders. We've gone riding together a few times. When I got the new car, I asked her on a driving date. I just wanted to see how it went.
So she's into cars too. Must be fun having so much in common. The perfect excuse to get that car. I'm such an idiot.
Well, it wasn't about her. I really did want the car.
You had ulterior motives for the drive, didn't you? No wonder you couldn't bring Emma. Can't have your date know that you're a father. What else have you lied about?
No, it's not like that. I just wanted to go for a drive together. We haven't done anything more than date. I swear, nothing physical happened.
Even if nothing physical happened with this woman, doesn't mean she was the first. How many others were there? How long has this been going on?
She was the first, I promise! Why don't you believe me? Why are you so suspicious? I told you everything!
Because I can't trust you anymore. You lied constantly, put our child in danger, and went on driving dates. How am I supposed to trust you after this? Every word out of your mouth could be a lie.
I understand why you're disappointed, but I'm really worried about Emma. Can I at least see her? Make sure she's okay?
I thought you were playing with her, but you were just having fun alone. All those times you said you took her places. You were with other women, weren't you? While our daughter sat at home alone.
Not always. Sometimes we really did go places. I tried to make it up to her.
Buying you that car was a mistake. Everything was a mistake. I worked extra shifts to afford it, while you used it to cheat.
I'm so sorry. I'll pay back the car money someday. I'll get a better job, work more hours.
Not someday. Immediately. Sell it. Today. Poor Emma. I'm raising her by myself from now on.
You're leaving? You can't do that. She needs both parents.
I make enough to raise her alone. She needs at least one parent she can trust. One parent who puts her first.
But childcare will be hard alone. You work such long hours. Be reasonable.
We'll move out after she finishes kindergarten. Elementary schools have after-school programs, and I can hire a sitter when I work. We'll manage. Already looked into it.
That's a waste of money. I'm free. I can watch her. I'll do better.
Better than leaving her with a father who puts her in danger. If it keeps my daughter safe, sitter fees are nothing. At least I'll actually watch her.
Leaving kids with strangers is wrong. You can't trust them. What if something happens?
It's normal in other countries. Did you forget I grew up overseas? I have no issues with sitters. American agencies are reliable, and with good service, there's nothing to worry about. Could even put cameras in the house for extra peace of mind. More trustworthy than a lying father. At least they show up.
No! Don't leave! I'll do better, I promise. Don't throw me away. We can fix this.
What you did can't be undone. We're over. There is no from now on. I was stupid to trust you. With Emma. With everything.
Give me another chance for Emma's sake. She needs her father.
She needs a real father. Not someone who abandons her. I'll take care of our daughter and the car. We don't need you anymore. Don't contact me except about Emma's medical bills.
Please, let me make this right. I'll do anything.
I'm blocking your number. My lawyer will contact you. Goodbye, Mike.